Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel Clinical R Insights. So today we will learn about the conditional statement in R, how to make decision in your code using if else, case underscore when, and if underscore else from dplyr. So we will also look at the clinical example just like in ADSL or lab data set. So it's very practical for clinical programming. So let's get started. So this is my RStudio screen. Hope you can see my screen. So I clear my global environment with RM command and my console is also completely clear. So I today we will work on this small data set to understand this concept clearly. So I created one ADSL data set, like ADSL dummy data set with using data.frame command. In that I'm using some use subject ID, age, sex, and safety population flag as a variable, and for observation I will be using for showing the only for the four subject. So let's run this. So for printing this data set, you can use the print command. I'm directly just selecting and just run the command. So you can see we have a four variable and four subject. So first is if else block. How we write if else block in R, just like we write if else statements in SAS, right? So for that you have for that I'm not working on this data set for explaining this. I'm creating one more vector with a um, age, let's say age underscore value. So I created one object with the value of 20, right? You can see this is my object I have created. Now I'm applying if else block on this. I will tell you why I'm using only this vector with one value, not the vector from this data set. I will tell you why uh, I'm using only I'm using vector with one value only. Okay. How to write if else block in R? First, you have to write if. It's a normal basic syntax, like we are starting with the if statement. So we are writing the if, and then you have to use parenthesis. In this parenthesis, you have to give your condition. What condition you want to apply? Let's say I want to apply age underscore value is greater than and equal to 18. This is my condition. If this vector value is greater than or equal to 18, then now I want to give what I want in my output. In for output, you have to use the curly braces. Now just write what you want in your output. I want to print. I want to print uh, let's say this subject is adult, adult, and adult subject. So if that person age is greater than and equal to 18, that person is adult. And else, like in SAS, we write two statement. Okay, if this statement is true, then this. Else, if this statement is not true, write this. So similarly, for else, you have to write the similar curly braces. After else, you have to write the curly braces. You can write print. That subject is a like a child. Let's say if that person's age is less than 18, that person is a child. Just okay. So after running this if else code, I am getting that my this statement is correct, right? That person's age is greater than 18. That's why it's showing the adult subject. So this if statement is working correctly. So for that we used only one vector with a one element, right? But let's say we have more element, right? Let's create one more vector In that, I'm using the combine operator and I'm saying, okay, 20, 30, 4, 13, and 34. Okay, yeah, that's fine. So again, copy this and use this vector now in this ifs block of code, right? Now run this with this. I created one more vector with more elements, right? And I'm using this vector now in this ifs block of code, right? I'm now running it. It's showing me error. Why? Because this if-else block only work with a vector with only one element, not more than that. If you want that, if you have a vector just like this age in this ADSL dataset, then you have to apply a loop over a vector if you want to use this if else block. In the if else block, you have to apply loop, for loop. Then only it will work for a vector with more than one element. How we can do that? I can show you with one example. So using if else block with a loop, uh, I'm showing you one example for that. For that, I'm creating one vector that is age. In that, I'm using any number. Let's say 45, 60, 78, and 90. This is my vector. Okay. Okay. And I'm also creating one more uh, age underscore loop. One more vector that is empty. I'm not putting anything. I will use this vector in my loop for putting the value. Okay. So for that I'm creating 4. Now I have to apply if else code inside the loop. Then only I can work with if else block with a more than one element. It's a bit complicated because you have to apply loop as well on if else code. But I want to show you how we can do if we can use if else block on a element with a more than sorry on a vector with a more than one element, right? I want to show you this. So for that, a in age, okay, um a is a just like we create I in SAS, we any imaginary number we create, like we use I in do loop, in a while loop for in SAS. So similarly in uh, R, I'm using just any number A, anything you can use. I you can use any name you can use, right? So loops. I'm working on one more video for loops. Maybe after this, I will upload that video. Loops in R, how various loop like for loop and while, how this work, how these kind of loop work in R, just like in SAS, we use do loops. So, so stay tuned. I'm working on this video, so definitely it will be helpful for you if you really want to learn loops. So, okay, come back to this example. For A in age, I'm just giving any name. Okay, now start with the curly braces. It's completely a different topic. I'm telling you it's a loop. In that, I'm just using the if else. Basically, it's an example of loops. Okay, so in that, I'm saying if A, this A, this one. Okay, this is basically loops. Like first it will take the 45 as a value of A, and then 60, and then 78 and 90. Now I'm saying if A is greater than equal to 75. Okay. Okay. Then what I want to do, okay, sorry, it should be outside the, then what I want to do with this. Now I'm saying, okay, use this vector in that put value of, again, I'm saying this, okay, I will explain you what I'm doing. Just wait, I'm just writing. Okay, very elderly. Okay, what I'm doing, I'm saying if A, let's say A is 45, is 45 greater than or equal to 75? No. So it will skip this line and go to else statement, right? Now I'm writing else. Let me write first. I will explain you each and everything in detail. Okay, I'm giving two, three statements. Let's say in the previous thing we gave only if and else. Let's say you have two, three statements like if age is greater than this, then do this. If age is greater than 25, then give this. Okay, for that you have to write if, else if, right? In SAS, we usually do if this, else if we this, and in the end, else give this, right? Similarly, if this statement is true, give me this output, okay? Else if this is not true, go to the next one, okay? Check the next statement, okay? Now, condition, because in this, else is like applying on the whole. I'm not giving anything. Only if this statement is true, you give this. Otherwise, if this statement is not true, give uh, all the other thing as a child. Okay. But here we have different condition. Let's say if A is greater than or equal to 75, then give this output. Else if A is, let's say, greater than equal to 65, okay, then what kind of output you want? I think I gave, well, okay, this is for loop. Okay, this is for even one is extra. Okay, done. Uh, for that, I'm just copying this line and I'm saying, I'm just changing this to very elderly to elderly. Next, else. Now coming to the else. All the remaining thing I want to give as adult. Okay, just copy this and paste it and changes to adult. Now run all together we can run. Okay. Now print this. Okay. For first, it is showing adult, correct? Because it is not greater than 65, not equal to 65, or not both the situation, both the statement, it's not working with this 45, right? That's why it's showing adult. It's going to the else one. Okay, 60. It is also again showing to adult because going to the else one. Now 78. 78 is greater than 75. That's why it's showing very elderly, right? And 90. 90 is also a very adult, very elderly. Okay. Basically, what we are doing here, we are applying our if else statement on each and every element in a vector. We can't apply with this only with the only directly with the if else, right? So we have to apply the loop. We are using the loop here, right? We are using a as any imaginary thing, like I can use I as well. But if you are using I here, you have to pass I here as well. So anything you are using here, like A in age. Age is like this. A is like every number, right? So it is checking each and every number one by one and giving result. So basically, what I am doing in this line, I created one blank vector, okay, and I'm passing this in this. I'm saying, okay, if this statement is true, give me output this in a vector form. We want our output in a vector form. That's why now this vector is showing this output. So I can use this in my data frame, right? If I want to show this variable, if I want to show this variable, I can easily put it inside this ADSL dataset and show, okay, this subject is according to my condition, this subject is adult, this subject is very elderly, and uh, any condition you want to pass. So basically, I'm creating an object, sorry, vector with my outputs directly. This is the direct way of creating the vector from if-else statement and putting all the output value in the vector. So it's a bit complicated because it involves loop. So no need of going in that deep for using if else block. No need, we have other option to work with. We can use if else directly. We have one option from the base R, that is if else, where we can use um, directly our statements and no need of writing all these loops and all these things. But it's good to know because sometime in some situation we have to write all these things where all the conditions are not working. But we have more other options, like from dplyr we have case underscore when. That is the best one. We in clinical domain we mostly use dplyr package. In that we have very good option case underscore one, which is completely equivalent for the if else statements. So we can use that. But it's good to know how we can use if else block for a vector with it more than one element, right? By this we can use. Now come to the if else directly. If else directly a function from a base R, we can use that. Okay. For this, we will be using this dataset. Let's say in ADSL dataset, you want to create a age category variable. We have one variable in ADSL dataset. We usually create age gr1. Okay, grouping variable for age. How we can create with this if else statement. Just write. I'm just directly putting my new variable to my ADSL dataset. How we can do that? ADSL, I'm just writing. This is my ADSL dataset, right? That we created before. Now I'm creating one variable age gr1 grouping variable. In ADSL, we usually create that variable. Okay. For that, I'm saying if else directly in a one line. We have to write the um, statement. Okay. ADSL. Now we have to use this age variable, right? Because we are grouping the age. That's why we are subsetting this age variable from ADSL dataset. Okay, in that we have to provide, first is condition. We have to provide the condition. Okay, age greater than equal to 2. Age greater than equal to 18. If age is greater than and equal to 18, that person is adult, otherwise child. Okay, the same situation I'm using. Okay, greater than 18. This is my condition. This is my if else function, and in that I am just giving condition. No need of using any curly braces, just comma and write adult else. This is my else child. Okay, if else, this is the condition, comma, adult. If this condition is true, okay, give adult, else give child. In same line, we wrote just all the conditions, right? Just run this and now run. ADSL. Okay, it's better to print to show you how. Look, we have created one more variable in the same ADSL dataset with these condition. Okay, first is adult, yes, but more than 18, 16, child, 45, adult, and last age is missing, so no result. So basically, with this if-else statement, we can easily write without using any curly braces and a complex code, these kind of thing, right? But this is also very important, right? In some cases, we have to write these kind of blocks of code, right? For even for the QC purpose, you can write in a console and check, right? What's the value is showing. So this is very simple. Just use any variable and apply condition on that if else, right? Now this is very interesting example, like with missing value handling in, let's say you have missing value, right? In age you have NA, right? Now you want to give this as a missing. Note the NA you want to give missing. So you can write nested if else. How we can write? See, first you can do just we can, okay, in this only in this variable we have to update, right? I'm just using this. I'm writing again everything. If else is dot na, I'm saying is dot na, this one, ADSL data age. If there is any na in this variable from ADSL dataset, right? Then give it as missing. Okay. In the else one, I'm just writing again one more if else. This is very interesting. Now I'm writing ADSL, same dollar symbol and age variable. I'm subsetting and all that thing I'm giving the same. Okay, we can just copy paste this. Then I think, okay, we can do so that we can see easily. Yeah. If else is dot na, is there any missing value? Is there any missing value? Give write missing there. Else everything is same, greater than 18 adult and else child. Just run this and print ADS. Look, wherever NA was there in age, it is showing missing. Anything you what you want to write, you can write. Okay. So this is called nested if else. I'm nesting. This is my one if else, right? In else, I'm nested my another if else. So basically, you can put more than one condition in this by using nested if else. Okay. Example is clinical flag example, safety population. Okay, in that, let's say it's a similar one like this, but let me show you again. Let's say I want to create one more variable in the same ADSL dataset. How we can do ADSL? It's a quick revision of the above example. I'm creating, let's say, safety underscore. There is one more variable, one more variable I'm creating, safety underscore pop as a new variable next to this. For that, I am using safety population flag. If else, I'm saying ADSL dollar symbol subsetting safety population flag is equal to. We have to use two equal to, right? For any filter or anything, we have to use this double equal to sign in R. So I'm saying if that is yes, then give safety else, not save. Okay. Just run and run ADSL the sprint. Okay. We created one more variable that safety underscore pop in that wherever y is there, it's safety and not safe. Safety, safety. Okay, by this you can create as many variable you want to create, and you can apply any condition on a given variable in your data set with using if else statement. If else. Okay. So next come to the case underscore when multiple condition. Okay. In this we saw we can apply multiple condition like by using the nested if else, right? It's bit complicated, but you can apply, right? So we have one more such a beautiful function from dplyr that is case underscore when, in which you can apply any condition, any multiple condition, any number of condition you can apply. So it's very good function, mostly in clinical domain or any, I think in every where we are using R, case when is most important function to apply any condition. Okay, so how we can use this? For that we need to call a library. I already installed tidyverse package. That's why I'm just calling. If you haven't, you have to first install that tidyverse package. In that you have lot of packages, right? Like dplyr, tidyr, stringr, so many. Where we use tidyverse for data manipulation and data wrangling. So I already installed. That's why I'm just calling the dplyr because I need dplyr only. I'm not calling the whole tidyverse. It's not recommended that you call all the packages from the title, but it's better. But you want to where you want to work, just call that package. I'm using dplyr, so I'm just calling dplyr. So in that we have this function. So ADSL. Now I'm choosing chain from dplyr. This is also a part of dplyr. So next I'm using mutate from dplyr. I'm mutating new variable just like this. We just created a new variable in ADSL like safety pop and age group. But if we are using case when, we have to use mutate for creation of new variable. So if you are using case underscore when from dplyr, you have to use mutate for creating new variable. So I'm using AG. Let's go for the capital. Okay, done. This one. Okay, let's go for the two. Okay, because I want to keep the previous this one as well. So that's why I'm creating the new variable agr2. I'm applying case should be lowercase. Case underscore when, in that I'm saying is dot na, same condition, just like this is dot na age. I'm not sorry. I'm not subsetting this, right? I'm here. I did subsetting CDSL and dollar symbol age. I subset my age variable, but no need of doing here because I already attach my ADSL dataset with my working environment. Okay, I'm working. I'm already told that I have to work with this ADSL dataset. That's why I'm not subsetting this. I already attach my dataset with this mutate function. So with chaining, right? With chaining, I attach my ADSL dataset. I'm saying, okay, you have to work on a age variable from this dataset only. So no need of subsetting. That's the main good part. No, again and again, no need of writing this dollar symbol and subsetting your dataset, right? Or variables. Now I'm saying you have to use tilde symbol. This is tilde symbol, and I'm saying missing. Okay, let's go for the caps. Hmm. Yeah. If age is missing, then age is NA, right? You have to give missing there, comma. Next, next, next condition. Age. Now, age is less than 18. If age is less than 18, okay. Tilde symbol, that person is child. Okay. Next, age is greater than 18, tilde symbol, and write adult. Or you can write true. Instead of giving the condition, if you want to apply this adult condition to all the other observation, then you can just write the capital true. I'll show you this example as well. Just run this. Now run. Look. Okay, why it's not showing missing? Let me see. We gave the same condition in both the statements. Okay. Now if greater than and equal to. This is less than. Okay. Less than 18 child. Greater than and equal to 18 is adult. Now run. Change. Now run ADSL. Okay. This. Adult because it's 25. 16 child and similar result, right? We are getting from this and this, right? With this, I can copy this and paste it. These both are same, but case one is very nice function because instead of writing again and again nested if else, it's better to write case one, and as many number of condition you want to give, you can easily give. Next thing I want to show you that let's say in case when you have in the last statement, like we said, okay, wherever NA is there in age missing, less than 18 is child, and remaining everything I want to give adult. So instead of writing this condition, I can just write sorry, true. Anything left, I want to give that. It basically just like a else, right? If this, if else, if this, else this. Okay, so basically this true is basically equal to the else. Just run. It will give you the same output as you are getting above. Look, same output, nothing, no difference. So because leftover, left, anything left, we want to give that output to be in adult. So that's why I'm just giving the true here instead of giving the any condition. Okay. So basically this will act as a else. So basically, case one is very important, very important. So you can practice this. It is very easy. I think easier than writing the if-else code. So you can practice. Definitely, you will see this is better. So now we just saw the example of ADSL dataset, right? Now I want to show you one example with lab data. I want to, I'm just creating one lab data. Okay. Okay, let's name it ADLB. ADLB. I'm creating one ADLB data set with data. I'm using data.frame. You can use table as well for the creation of any data frame. So it's up to you. Table is a part of IDverse package. So if you want to explore that, you can use table as well. User ID is equal to, I'm just giving any, okay, it should be lowercase. I'm just giving any ID 001 002, okay, 2 and 003. Okay, three subject I'm using for this data set, and I'm creating let's one only one test. Okay, ALP lever function test I'm using. Albumin transferase lever function test. For that I'm using some data. 35. Any number we can use. Okay, okay, 78. Let's go for this one. Okay, just run. This is lab data. Okay, subject ID and ELT. How we apply IFELSE on this lab data. Okay. Now, let's say this is our lab data, right? Now I want to apply this condition. This condition I want to apply in this. So how we can use it? It's very simple, right? AD, LB. I'm creating one more variable. In that I'm using, let's say, dollar symbol ALP underscore status, right? I'm using this. Oops, right? In that I'm saying if else AD subsetting ALT is greater than 40, then show high, else low. Okay, just run. Now run ADL. It's showing this new variable, right? As we did before. So it's a similar example. Instead of if else, you can use case when as well, right? Just again, I can show you. I'm using AD, LB. I'm updating on the same dataset, ADLB. I'm now using the dplyr package and mutate. It's a uh, similar example, similar kind of example from the ADSL we did. Now we are using ADLB dataset and using this, right? On that, I'm creating same. Let's go for the second and is equal to, now use the case underscore when. In that I'm saying no need of subsetting that, just use ALP, this variable greater than 40 tilde symbol as high, okay, caps lock true, remaining tilde symbol as low. Done. Just run. This is my, it's similar, right? It's showing capital because I gave caps lock here. So it's completely similar. In case one is better than this, let's say if you want to write more than two or three condition, then you have to write the nested if else. If you feel that is easy, you can use that. Otherwise, case when from the case underscore when from dplyr is the best one. So you can use this. So as we saw, we have replacement of if else with case underscore one, but we have one more function in dplyr, that is if underscore else. It is similar like base R function. This is if else no underscore, but from dplyr we have if underscore else. From dplyr it's same, but we have some differences. So what is the differences? Let's see. With example, I'm showing you. I'm creating one vector num. We have number in that. Combine operator in that I'm using this 10, 20, and 30. And in the end, I'm using the 7 NA for missing value, right? I'm creating one vector. Let's see this vector. This is showing, okay, 10, 20, 30, and one missing. First, I'm using the base if else, and I'm saying my condition is num is greater than 15, then give me true, else false. I'm asking for the logical output. Okay, if this condition is true, give me true. Otherwise false. Just run. Okay, it's showing NA. Okay, true first. Okay, 10 is less than 15. False. True. True. NA. It is not giving anything for the NA. It is just directly giving me NA. It basically base are equals in fact any NAs if any NAs are present in a vector. Okay, but let's say if we have, let's say I'm using from dplyr. Okay, so it should be lowercase. This is dplyr, as you can see. This is from dplyr, right? It is showing in auto suggestion. So in that we have control on this NS. How we can control that situation? Just copy. I'm just giving the same condition for dplyr if underscore l, and in the end I'm just saying missing is equal to look, this is from, I can show you auto suggestion as well. This is missing is equal to is a argument from if underscore else from dplyr. Okay, in that you have to give, let's say for missing I want to give true. If I want to give true, it will give true. If I want to give false, it will give false. Let's say let's go for the false, or you can write capital F as well. Okay, so just run this. Look, it is showing false for NA because capital F and writing the complete F is completely equal. So you can manage your missing value. In your output, you can manage your missing value. Let's say you are creating one TLF or any report. In that column is showing NAs, but in the final output, you don't want any NAs in your final report. So you can manage your output with this. Missing is equal to anything you want to give, you can give, right? So it is very, I think both are equal, but depending upon your requirement. If your requirement is you have to manage the NIs, then definitely if underscore else from dplyr is better the option for you instead of base if else. There are some more differences are there, like if underscore else are like I think little bit faster. That doesn't matter for us, but yes, if underscore else is little bit faster than base if else. And sometimes what happens when you are working with the base if else, sometimes it uh, change the like you are working with a number, it changed to character. Let's say you have one character, it will change to character everything, or if you have character it will change to the number without telling you that it changed your type of uh, data types. So sometimes it's a bit confusing when you are working with the base if else, but definitely it's a good function, you can use that. But let's say you are working with the dplyr package. Okay, you are working with it like these kind of statements chaining. Okay, then it's better to use the dplyr if underscore else. Definitely it will when you will type an auto suggestion as well, it will show you if underscore else as a first option because you are using dplyr package, right? So it's better if you are working with dplyr and you want to use if else, so this is better option. but definitely you have case when as well, right? So you have to choose what is your requirement, what you want to do really. So depending upon that, you can use that. If you have working with only one condition, just a condition is to give this as this, and you have more than one condition, then case when is definitely a win. So uh, it's totally depend upon you, what your requirement is, and what you want to do in your output. So this was the large difference between the if else. I already explained in this. So if you want me to explain this from dplyr, I already explained one example from this. So I hope you can understand. So what's the key takeaways? Use if else block for a single value. If you have a single value in your vector, use if else block. If else like this one, or this one, if you have a vector like this. If you have a vector, you can use if else or if underscore else, not the if else block, right? Use case underscore when for a multiple condition. Like case when is like clean and easily readable. Like just we write if else statement in SAS, right? We can easily read, okay, if this, else this. Okay, if you want to manage your missing value, then you have to use if else from dplyr. And if you want to use these kind of example with multiple element with if else block, then you have to use the loops as I showed in this example. So these are the all takeaways from this lecture. So that's it for today. Conditional statement are everywhere in clinical programming, from population flag to lab classification. Mastering if else case underscore when if underscore else will make your data derivation more easier. So if you found this helpful, please like, share, and subscribe for more clinical art tutorials. I will see you in my next video. Thank you. Bye bye.